They told him there were no rooms available. The hotel was 40% empty. The man standing at that desk didn't raise his voice, didn't make a scene, didn't demand anything. He just smiled. And that smile was the most dangerous thing in that entire lobby. His name was Andre Washington, 38 years old, single father of 2 daughters. He had driven 6 hours to stand at this exact desk, in this exact lobby, on this exact day, and he had a very specific reason for being here. A reason the front desk clerk didn't know. A reason the shift manager didn't know. A reason nobody in that building knew, except him. Next roll, suggestion, slow pullback of the hotel exterior, signage, valet, out, front, well-dressed guests, moving, entrance. But before I tell you what went down behind that front desk, you need to know who Andre Washington actually is, because that changes everything. Stay with me. We're just getting started. Andre Washington grew up in South Atlanta, 3rd of 5 kids, a mother who worked double shifts as a nurse, a father who left when Andre was 9 and never came back. By 14, Andre was washing cars on weekends. By 16, he was working in the kitchen of a small roadside motel, cleaning rooms, hauling luggage, answering the lobby phone when the front desk clerk stepped away. He learned the hotel industry from the inside out. He also learned something else, something he never talked about at business dinners or in boardrooms. He learned exactly how certain people got treated in certain spaces, the looks they received, the words used, or deliberately not used, when someone who looked like him asked for something. He filed it all away, not with bitterness, with precision. By 23, Andre had landed an assistant management role at a regional hotel chain. He outworked everyone, first in, last out. He was promoted 3 times in 5 years. By 30, he launched his own hotel management company. By 35, after the divorce, after becoming the sole parent of his 2 daughters, Mia, age 8, and Camille, age 6, he signed the paperwork on his first wholly owned hotel property. Today, Andre Washington owns 4 hotel properties across 3 states. But here's what almost nobody outside his inner circle knows. Every single year, without exception, Andre visits one of his own hotels undercover. No advance notice, no corporate ID, casual clothes, sometimes with his daughters, sometimes alone. He checks in as an ordinary guest, and he watches. That particular day, he'd come alone. The girls were with their mom for the weekend. He had a business meeting in that city the following Monday, and he wanted to see how his team treated guests when nobody from corporate was watching. What he didn't expect, what he had never experienced across any of his 4 properties, was what was about to happen to him. Personally, in his own lobby, at his own front desk, he walked up, greeted the clerk calmly, gave his alias, the name he always used for these visits, asked for a double room for one night. The front desk clerk, a woman in her mid-20s, hair pulled back, uniform pressed, looked at him, then looked at her screen, then looked back at him. "I'm sorry, sir. We don't have any availability tonight." Andre knew that wasn't true. He had personally checked the reservation system that morning before he left. 43 rooms unoccupied. He smiled, and he waited. Because what Andre Washington was about to do in the next 20 minutes, nobody in that hotel saw it coming. And the real question is, would you have seen it coming either? Andre leaned forward slightly on the counter. "Are you sure?" he said. Quiet, even, no edge in it at all. The clerk didn't flinch. "Yes, sir. Completely booked tonight." "I'm sorry." Andre nodded slowly. "Is the manager available?" A pause. Short, but noticeable. The kind of pause that means something. "He's busy at the moment, but I can leave him a message." "That's okay," Andre said. "I'll wait." He stepped back from the counter, found a chair in the lobby, sat down, crossed one leg over the other, pulled out his phone, and didn't move. 3 minutes passed. 5, 8. A bellhop glanced at him twice. The clerk whispered something to a colleague. The colleague looked over, looked away. At the 11-minute mark, the shift manager appeared. His name tag said Derek, late 30s, broad shoulders, the kind of person who had learned to use his physical presence as punctuation. He walked toward Andre. Not fast, not slow, controlled. "Sir, I understand you're looking for a room. Unfortunately, as my colleague explained, we're fully booked this evening." Andre looked up from his phone. "That's interesting," he said, calm as still water. "Because I checked this property's occupancy this morning. You had 43 vacancies as of 8 a.m. Derek's jaw tightened. Barely, but it tightened. "Occupancy can change throughout the day, sir." "It can," Andre said. "Has it?" A beat of silence. Nobody moved. Derek straightened. "Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to either make a reservation at another property or vacate the lobby." A woman checking in nearby glanced over. A man near the elevator slowed down. Andre stood up. He was calm. Completely, utterly, almost unnervingly calm. He reached into the inside pocket of his jacket. Derek tensed. Andre pulled out a single folded document. He unfolded it, placed it on the lobby side table beside him, unhurried, like he was setting down a coffee cup. "Take a look at that when you have a moment," Andre said. Derek looked at the paper. He frowned. He leaned closer, and then the blood drained from his face. It was the ownership document for the property. The full legal deed. His name, his signature, his hotel. "As of 3 years ago," Andre said, his voice still level, still quiet, still carrying no heat whatsoever. "I own this building, every room in it, every key on that board behind your desk, this lobby, that desk, and the employment contracts of everyone currently working in it." Derek stared at the paper. He opened his mouth. Nothing came out. The woman checking in had stopped entirely. She wasn't even pretending not to watch anymore. The man near the elevator had taken 2 steps back toward the scene. "I'd like that room now," Andre said. "Please." What happened next took 4 minutes. 4 minutes that would end 2 careers and permanently change the operating policies of every Menet hotel in Andre's portfolio. Derek made a call, a hushed, urgent call, turned away from the lobby with his back to the room. Then the general manager arrived. Her name was Patricia, 50-something, sharp eyes. She walked out of the back office, took one look at Derek, one look at Andre, one look at the document on the side table, and she went completely still. "Mr. Washington," she said. "Ms. Patterson," Andre replied. They knew each other. She had been hired by his operations director 18 months ago. She had been to the corporate office. She had seen his photograph on the wall. She had never connected the face in that photograph to the man standing calmly in her lobby. "I can explain," Derek started. "You don't need to," Andre said. He turned to Patricia. "Are there rooms available tonight?" Patricia swallowed. "Yes, sir. We have 41 vacancies." 41, Andre repeated, quietly. To no one in particular. He picked up the ownership document, folded it, put it back in his pocket. Then he looked at Derek. "I'm going to need a complete log of front desk interactions from the past 90 days. Declined bookings. Walk-ins turned away. All of it." Then, to Patricia, "And I'm going to need a room. King, please. Whatever's available." He picked up his bag, turned toward the elevator, stopped, turned back. "Derek, you're done for the day. HR will be in touch Monday morning." The 90-day log arrived on Andre's laptop before midnight that same evening. He read it in his hotel room, in his hotel, sitting on the edge of the bed in the quiet. What he found wasn't just Derek. It was a pattern. 14 documented instances in 90 days where guests, nearly all of them people of color, several with documented disabilities, had been told the hotel was fully booked while vacancies existed. 3 formal complaints filed and never escalated. 2 cases where walk-in guests had been redirected to budget properties 2 miles away while premium rooms sat empty. Andre sat with that for a long time. Then he picked up his phone and called his operations director. The conversation lasted 40 minutes. By the following Wednesday, Derek was terminated. The front desk clerk who had first denied him a room was placed on formal review. A third employee, who had witnessed the interaction and said nothing, received a written warning. But that wasn't the part that hit the hardest. Andre personally called every guest in those 14 flagged interactions. One by one, he apologized. He explained what had happened. He offered a complimentary stay. No conditions, no expiry date, no fine print. One woman cried on the phone. She told Andre she had driven 4 hours with her 2 kids that night, that when she was turned away, she'd slept in her car in a parking lot because the next affordable motel was too far and her kids were already asleep in the back seat. She cried. And then Andre was quiet for a long time on his end of the line. "I'm sorry," he told her. "That should never have happened. Not anywhere. But especially not in a building with my name on it." He paused. "You're welcome back any time, for as long as you want, on me." She came back 3 months later, with her kids. Andre happened to be at the property that day. He introduced himself at the front desk, walked them to their room personally, carried one of the bags. This is what accountability looks like when it comes from the inside. Not a press release, not a corporate statement, a phone call, a carried bag, a real smile. That's it? That's the whole thing. After everything Andre went through to build what he built, the double shifts, the years of watching how people like him got treated, the divorce, raising 2 daughters alone, 4 hotels across 3 states. The moment that hit him hardest wasn't shifts, and the confrontation in the lobby. It was a woman crying on the phone about sleeping in her car. So here's what I want to ask you, and I genuinely want to know. If you had been Andre, standing in that lobby, holding that document, what would you have done differently? Would you have stayed as calm? Or would you have done something else entirely? Drop it in the comments. Every single one gets read. If stories like this one, real people, real moments, real consequences, are what you come here for, hit subscribe. That's exactly what this channel is built on. One story at a time. And next time, a teacher was told her classroom would be shut down permanently. The letter was already signed. What happened at the school board meeting the following morning changed everything. Stay close.